go, let's go, let's go. You are officially in the Michigan Man Cave. Welcome to the Man Cave, your place for any and all things Michigan football. And if you don't know what week it is, you ain't even under a rock. You like planet under the rock, bro. This it. This it,
This is when
man.
dreams are made and broken.
This is when contracts are made and broken.
Excellent point, my man. Excellent.
Careers, hopefully, are made and broken.
Come on, man. Legacies are made and broken.
You want to be a man, a myth, or a motherfucking legend?
I like
This
it.
it.
This is a game. This is the situation you're supposed to be in for this game. Both teams rolling, got good records, tops in the conference. I mean, barring one little slip up we had. And this is what it's for all the marbles. This is the situation you're supposed to be in.
He said. That's what he said. He said it was for all the marbles in this press conference. So
This is it.
hey, man, talk to me, dog. How you feeling this week, man?
I got mixed feelings, to be honest, bro. Like, it's go blue for life. But then again, I don't got nothing to go off of. Like, we don't got no proof in the pudding. Like we talked about last week. Don't got nothing solid to like meat and potatoes. I know I'm a vegan, but hey, look, we don't got no meat and potatoes to sit on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What meal is he currently sitting on from his past games? Stir fry
milk.
Dang, milk.
Hold on. What? My bad. I might have misinterpreted the question. What'd you say? My bad.
He said, we ain't sitting on no meat and potatoes. We ain't got nothing to go off. I said,
No,
what
I'm just saying from them last Ohio State games and like, you know what I mean? Like just
yeah.
they're on a different level. I gotta admit, they're on a different level than us. They've been to the playoffs multiple times. They won the Big Ten championship. They done got a chip. When the last time they won one? Was it 16 or like something like that?
I can't remember. I try to forget.
But we're not, yeah. I don't study them, but I know they're winning over there, and we're not. So I just don't got no proof of validity. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Train, since he won't say it, I say it. We gonna get our ass whooped. Hey, all signs point to we about to get our ass whooped. And that's going off the facts, the data, the statistics, the
analytics.
Where you go, the analytics, the spread, the coaching
line
history, all of that. And we about to get our ass whooped. But the fan in me, the go blue in me, says throw out all the numbers.
Hey,
and if you want it more, you gonna go get it.
Got the shirt on. Believe.
Believe. That's a perfect mantra for this week. Everything points to you walking into an ass whooping. You gotta believe, baby.
Stop. Think about it.
I had to get that out.
The fan in me.
Before we go to, because we're gonna talk about that in length. I do want to recap last week. We didn't discuss it, so let's talk real quick. Maryland, and because the only reason I want to talk Maryland is because I feel like it could have some impact on this game. Some things maybe that we learned in Maryland that could benefit us potentially in this game. So, the thing to me, which we've been saying it, we've been asking for Andrell, and I get it, Corum's been good, but we've been asking to see more of Donovan Edwards. And I know he was hurt, but even before that, it was just mop-up duty for the most part. And then all of a sudden, this dude gets, talk to me, Keem. What?
10?
Tell me what it was.
He had 11 targets, 10 receptions, a $170, and a tug. And he looked fluid. He looked natural out there at that position, to be honest. Bowie, I'm going off what Bowie was talking about. He said, man, they should have had him in the slot.
Put him in the slot.
He looked, hey, bro, he looked like a receiver out there.
Him, Corum, Haskins, Andrell, I'm starting to on your boy. Dang, number
Eric
6.
Eric
Cornelius.
Cornelius, I'm starting to. He catch too much stuff with his body, but get all your weapons on the field. They pick your poison.
Yep.
Hey, Edwards, you want to play? Go get in the slot. Okay, coach. I'm getting a
And,
buck
and
70.
he doesn't look foreign in the position. So
Bro,
he
that's our
got
biggest
good
receiving
hands.
output this year.
He's fast, man. He's
I know,
fast.
and I know we didn't need Eric All, but I don't like how drastically his role diminished. It was like the same thing they did to Andrell. Like they have big games, and then the next game they're not featured, or they're like Andrell's role since the state that first half, barely even seen him. I mean, besides the one, of course, the one amazing catch he had.
Just to add to that, man, like when back in the day, like when Lloyd Carr was there, you had your running back, you knew who that was, you had your quarterback, and you had your dog receiver.
Good receiver.
You know what I'm saying? That number one, he had number one. He probably wore number one. You know what I'm saying? And you knew everybody knew he was going to him, but like, what you gonna do?
Can't stop him.
Get the ball to your best players, get them on the field, and let's get them established so they can get so we can have something like proof. You know what I'm saying? Like something to go into the game. Like, oh, we know we got our dogs, and we know we're gonna get them the ball. It's not just they out there blocking and shit. You know what I'm saying? Setting up the running back for some get her done. It's like we're getting them the ball and we're producing. We're getting production, and that's when you get those red zone looks that we're not getting right now. You know what I'm saying? That's when we're completing those because we have confident athletes that they're getting the ball on the regular. And now we're in a position where it's just nothing. It's a regular play. It's not just, oh, damn, we in the red zone. Oh, shit, tighten up. Nah, it
You
ain't
know who to go to.
Just, yeah, man, like,
Yeah.
you know.
It
I
ain't
can
like
go
when
on
Brady
forever.
gets in the red zone, you know he's about to go to Gronk. we ain't got that.
Scheme up a play for him and get him in the end zone. And my thing is the whole defense knows it's coming. You know what I'm saying? But if you scheme him up and put him in the right position, ain't no stopping.
We call plays. We don't set up our players to make plays. You know what I'm saying? We just call plays. I don't think they even care who's in, to be honest, because we don't get our playmakers the ball like that, like we should. I digress.
Well, anyways, I started with saying Donovan Edwards had a good game, and y'all took off with it.
Damn, my bad, bro.
Yeah, I love it.
A lot of pent up feeling. He did have a great game though. He had a great game.
I think Cade had one of his better games of his career too, though. He played really good.
Yeah.
I hope it don't come back to bite me in the ass, but I'm a believer in him now, dog. Like he's got a good body of work to where I trust him. It ain't no more of the wishy-washiness or I'm hesitant on him. I trust him to take care of the rock. I trust him to win a game if need be, if they put the ball in his hands. And maybe they'll do that this Saturday. Maybe they'll have to do that this Saturday. But yeah, I would give Cade. I'm giving Cade the Michigan Man Cave nod over here from Mike too, because he ain't done nothing to show me that he's gonna be irresponsible with the rock or that he's gonna lose you a game. That's been to me more of the play calling.
Yeah,
because in our more bigger games, he's shown up. You know what I mean? It's been coaching and error or whatever has been on them as opposed to him making a mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we want to run, but when we're forced to pass, it ain't the worst thing in the world. Like he got it, you know what I mean? But they prefer to run just because that's our style of play that they want to, implement. But it's like it ain't all dead. If the run game ain't working, we ain't all the way just dead in the water.
Right. Because with previous quarterbacks, y'all know that's how we were all the way. Like if we ain't running the rock, we ain't winning.
You wasn't trusting in no corn dog?
Oh no, sir.
Who? No, but on the year though, just to add to that real quick, he's a 170 for 265, 2,100 yards, basically 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So
he ain't doing
they're
wrong.
Getting it done. You know what I mean? And we don't even pass like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You could have better numbers if we didn't run it 40 times in half our game. So
he could have Ohio State numbers. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to jump forward. Stroud.
I wonder if minus the attempts, if that's how Harbaugh's numbers look. It seemed like he run this kind of like the same offense like back in the day.
Right, the stuff he was doing in that late 80s.
I think I seen like a 12 touchdown, 11 interceptions season from him in the stat book.
Same shit, just less attempts. And that's probably just because they had less attempts.
Right. So I was happy mostly that we came out of Maryland for the most part. Did anybody get injured like that? Maryland game?
I didn't know. I didn't see.
Nope.
I didn't really see. And the other thing I really liked about the Maryland game was, now trust me, Maryland, talent wise, ain't got nothing on Ohio State, but
Tua Tagovailoa.
yeah. No, he's fast. I mean, he's a good player. He's just trying to make everything happen out there. You know what I mean? But it's the same style of offense. They like to spread, sling it all around. That's the same type of game plan. So at least we get a week warm up with the same type of offense, even though they're not as talented. It's still we wasn't coming from stopping Wisconsin or something. You know what I mean? Where it's all run. It's like
similar.
That's a good point.
Play style.
Yeah. So them was just kind of the main takeaways. The one thing I did want to mention about that game: why did we bring out the fake kick return throw against Maryland when we're up 14 or 21, and we don't do it this week? We better have some more shit, because that was a total waste if you don't try something like that. That's the type of shit I'd be saying when I say play a Philadelphia Eagles versus Patriots Super Bowl type.
Yeah.
Oh, Harbaugh doing Harbaugh things.
And then the announcer made it a point.
Or reason.
I get that. Why not save that?
And then the announcer made it a point. Reason. The announcer was like, maybe that's getting ready for next week. Like damn, like now it's all out and over.
Do that against Michigan State when you're teetering. Fuck Maryland. You had the game right.
Yeah. Henning he caught that and was out of there. He's fast.
Another player. Get him out on the field.
Yeah.
Still need to field that football.
Yeah, he got a little shaky with a couple of them. Ain't had none of that.
None of that. And you practice.
That line.
You play how you practice.
All right. So, thank you, Maryland. But we're on to the next week. So, for this week, I want to discuss the game, obviously, but I guess, Keen, you could start. B, it don't matter. What's going to decide this game? Obviously, there's multiple things that we could touch on. Perfect. But for you individually, like if you had to say the one thing that we have to do, whether it be can't be just run or can't be this, that. Yeah, we know we need all that to happen. For you, what's going to be the number one deciding factor of whether or not we really got a legitimate shot to win this game? So, Keen,
you want to go first?
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Stopping their offense. And I can get into the specifics. I mean, just looking at the numbers, bro. They got
it sounds like you about to go on a 10-part thing.
I was just about to run down.
That was really vague. I want specifics.
I was about to run down some numbers real quick. You know what I'm saying? So Stroud, quarterback, 3,400 yards, 36 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Running back, 150 attempts, 1,000 yards, 14 touchdowns. For comparison, Haskins has 216 attempts, 1,000 yards. So he's like maybe 50 attempts less. So his average is up. You know what I'm saying? His average yards per game, whatever. You know what I mean? They got almost 3 receivers with 1,000 yards passing, bro. I mean receiving. So, I mean our defense they're gonna have to play a big part in us winning this game. I think our offense, the defense, Ohio State's defense is sometimes, like they can have bad games or whatever, but I think it's really gonna be up to our defense of line getting pressure on Stroud and actually not just pressure. Getting him down before he's able to pass the ball, before he's able to get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just like hurrying him up and he does run, we need to get him because he can, maybe get out the pocket or whatever. But it seems like he does most of his damage from the pocket. So if we can get to the quarterback and sack him and get him on the ground in big plays and get them off the field, I feel like that'll be the most important thing for us to win the game.
Love it. All right, so Keen, writing that down. D-line pressure. Like, is that safe to say that's your pressure
Yeah,
from the
D-line
D-line?
pressure. Yeah.
All right. Bowie.
I don't know if I'm gonna be answering this question right.
It's the one thing. It could be the run game, no picks, no turnovers, or special teams. It could be DB's got to lock up, but it's got to be specific to a certain thing.
A certain aspect in the game.
Yeah, third down conversions.
Ooh, I want to redo mine. No, I was playing. No, I'm good with mine.
Okay. Well, then we have to keep their offense off the field. But I mean, however that be,
then it sounds like
we have to, we have the time of possession. We have to win that by a large margin. That eliminates stress on our defense. That rests our defense. That means we're not making mistakes. That means they have limited opportunities if they may have limited opportunities to score, even if they get the ball. So that means they have to score every time they get it. We have to limit their best weapon. We have to keep it off the field. That's their offense. I mean, Keenan explained the numbers. I'll go even further with Travion Henderson. He's got 150 attempts, got 1,098 yards. Like, he gets the ball, he gonna hurt you. I mean, no matter how you slice it. Our backs are at what, 3? I don't want to exaggerate their carries, but I'm feeling like they're double that.
Yeah, well, we up there. We're higher than him.
And maybe just as much yards, if not less yards. So just keeping that offense off the field, us maintaining possession of the ball, I think will be the biggest factor.
Love it. That's a good one too. All these are valid. There's no one that's better than the other.
Right.
I just want to know where y'all at with it. All right. So for me, I'm gonna say we got to win the red zones. That's it for me.
Need points, not field goals.
And for them, we need to make them kick field goals and not touchdowns. So winning the red zone. And I say that because I don't know. I mean, our defense is good, but I mean, the best offense we probably played was Michigan State, I guess, and they got off.
Right.
So it's kind of like the better offense that we've seen. We didn't fare well, but it's like it's cool if they driving up and down the field, but once they get down there, we just got to keep them out. It's like, who cares if they get a bunch of trips to the red zone? Yeah. And then conversely,
don't break.
Conversely, when we're down there, we have to. So it's almost like we know our offense isn't as good as theirs. Yeah, you got down there twice as much as us, which could be a real likelihood. You're down in the red zone more than us, but you got to go 2 for our every one because we're scoring touchdowns opposed to your field goals.
Right.
So I'm thinking that winning the red zone both ways, on defense and on offense, is ultimately going to decide it. It's going to decide it for me. King, what you got?
I was just gonna say, man, their defense is pretty. Like, their defense ain't that good.
Don't have to be when you're scoring 42.
That's true. So that goes to getting them off the field, getting their offense off the field. Because if we can, they're overall they're 101st in overall defense, 101. You know what I'm saying? Like out of 120, basically.
What are we?
We're 41st.
But remember, early in the year, they were terrible on D. Like, that's why I think it was after game 3, maybe, they switched up their D coordinator. And ever since then, they've been playing a lot better.
Right.
So it's kind of like
that's like grain of salt stats right there.
A little skewed a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong. I think they can be.
We can attack them.
Yeah, I think they definitely can be scored on. I mean, I think look at 2 games ago, King versus Purdue. And I get Purdue was throwing all game because they were in straight catch-up
It
mode.
was 51-39. Yeah. Oh, he threw for 390, 4 touchdowns. He was 40 of 52, so they missed 12 passes.
Purdue's quarterback,
Yeah, O'Connell.
yeah, them some numbers, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that was 2 games ago. I understand they should have Sparty out, but I mean they ain't. You know what I'm saying? You can.
I mean, Purdue's quarterback is better than Sparty's quarterback by far, right? I mean, I haven't watched that many games, but I nobody's talking about Sparty's quarterback being a game buster.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know.
I don't follow him like that, so I was
he thought he's 72%.
Yeah, actually, he is pretty good.
But I done heard about Purdue's quarterback. You know,
2,900 yards right now
on shows.
No, they had like a higher scoring offense in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just say that to say that they can be scored on.
If we come out and hit them in the mouth, you know what I'm saying? Get them off balance as opposed to us having to either play catch up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We need to strike first.
All right, so yeah, that's a good point. We definitely can't get out behind. We gotta have some game control, or otherwise we try to get in a shootout. Good night. Well, B. So this is a question I got for you. We'll put you in a conundrum here. So, if us, all 3 of us, are guilty of this, when we say, "Yo, we're tired of the super basic vanilla ice baby play calling, right? It's Ohio State. You got to try to go for the win, this, that, and the third. But on the other side of that is I hear you saying time of possession, control the ball, which means it's going to be a bunch of dink and dunks at that. So how do you maintain time of possession when you want to dominate? You want to be in third and shorts and keep converting, but if you're in those situations, that means you ain't really taking no shots, getting no chunk plays, things like that. So where's the balance?
And I don't want to make it seem like Cade is anywhere to this level, but I mean, I kind of would game plan it like a game plan you use Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? You first and second down, you hopefully run the ball to get them in third and shorts, and then that opens up the playbook to where you can run the little shallow crosses. We've already done proven that we got athletes that can take it to the crib, that can house the ball. So even on a 3rd and 5, we run it shallow. Andrell, Corum, Haskins, they got the speed to take it the distance. Edwards, I mean, we got Edwards. Yep, you just mentioned Edwards. They got the speed to take it the distance. So I mean, time of possession, I want to dominate it, but if we're scoring touchdowns, and like y'all said, if we put them in a position, they haven't ever had to play from coming from behind. So what type of team do they turn into? You know what I'm saying? Being one-dimensional, not being able to run the ball, and being effective in that aspect of the game, just throwing the ball. We know they're throwing. What type of team do they turn into playing from behind? So, I mean, I want to dominate time and possession because that keeps their offense off the field if it's that type of game. But if we're scoring touchdowns, I mean, score the touchdowns. I'll take those and turn them into a team that they're not familiar with being. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how many times this year they played from behind. The only game they lost was the Oregon game. That's a long time ago. They a different team, but I feel like Oregon turned them into a team that they wasn't used to being, and then they end up losing the game.
King, what? So I'm trying to think of. So Stroud's he's a redshirted freshman, right? I think
he's a freshman.
Yep. 1 year, but I think he's redshirted. I guess it don't really matter to my question. My question to you was going to be, who have they played on the road? Who's their toughest road opponent? I'm thinking about him being a freshman. This got to be the biggest environment he's played in so far. I even know when they played Oregon, that was at home. They lost that, like you said, that's a long time ago. Yeah. But that was probably and then they played Penn State, I believe, at home.
Penn State was at home.
And they played Michigan State at home.
Nebraska would have been probably the toughest game away.
That ain't nothing like the big house.
And go tell me how he did that game. you don't mind. I'm curious.
Well, they actually. Oh, that was a close game. See what you doing there, buddy?
Aha, aha.
He threw. He was 36 or 54 for
Golly, they be airing it.
for 405, but he threw 2 interceptions. He threw for 2 touchdowns.
So
And
they were in full sling mode.
yeah.
So what was the score on that?
It was 26-17, and Nebraska was up early, I believe, but it was
Turn them into a team they ain't used to being, where they got to throw that ball.
Y'all see how I'm creating
Nebraska's a 3-17. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all see how I'm creating this path to victory for us? I got y'all believing now.
My heart did flutter a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
My heart fluttered.
I'm just thinking like trying to, but then the other side of it is goes, whoa, he threw for like 600 versus Purdue, then followed it up with like another 600 versus State. And it's like, is that just the new thing they're on? Are they just clicking like that right now on all cylinders? I do know they said Sparty had the worst pass D in the nation, literally dead last.
I mean, we ate them up. But McNamara ate them up until we didn't.
Yeah, nah, for real.
And a lot of, what game was that? I think it was Purdue. I mean, he throws some short passes and then them receivers turn it into big yards. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't just necessarily chucking it down the field and their touchdown. Them receivers are some playmakers.
Yeah, oh boy, that game versus Nebraska, Smith, the Jeb, whatever, he had 18 targets, 15 receptions, 240 yards.
Force feed them.
And a touchdown.
Yeah.
Bracket. Make the other cats beat us. Bracket them. Make the other cats win.
So speaking of that, B, that's what I want to talk about next. Defense, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask you first, Keen. Because I got the theory of what I feel like we should do on defense to stop them. But I want to hear what y'all think our best strategy would be. Defensively, because Don Brown was straight man to man. Y'all know how that shit used to go.
Right.
Getting crossing routes and good night. They just catch it 5-yard drag and take off for 70. Like terrible strategy. But what do y'all think the strategy should be, Keen? Do you think we should be trying to heat them up? Think we should be trying to sit back? A combination?
Yeah.
What? How do we stop it? You said you read off the numbers. Henderson got 1,000. All these receivers got 1,000. Stroud's going crazy. Yeah. I mean, nothing might not work, but what do you think our best opportunity would be?
Making Stroud uncomfortable because that's where it starts. You know what I'm saying? He has the ball majority of the time because he is a quarterback. But I feel like giving him different looks and what he's not used to, like whatever Nebraska did, I would look at that game and see, like, look closely what they did, because I don't think it was not only just the away atmosphere, playing in a big stadium or whatever, but they probably did some things to make him uncomfortable. So I would look at whatever games he struggled, or I would look at those games and just try to give him different looks so he's not comfortable back there. You know what I'm saying? Have some safeties come up and blitz sometimes, maybe, you know what I'm saying? So like our zone blitzes. So I'm just to give him different looks and keep him uncomfortable in the pocket. Like, and that goes to getting pressure on them. So
right.
Not Don Brown blitz them, get them, but you know what I'm saying? When you think like that, when you're supposed to blitz, don't. Or then when you think somebody's not supposed to blitz, you know what I'm saying? So just keep him off his rocker, you know what I'm saying?
Right. B, what you thinking?
Combination. I like what King said, but I do like a combination. You would think because he's a freshman to blitz him, but opposite of that, they do have the #1 offensive line in the nation. So not a lot of people get pressure, and that could be competition. It could be that's how good they are. But I'll rush 4 and see what our guys can do. You know what I'm saying? Hutch, opposite of him, send him after him. Rush 4. No manning backers on any slot receivers like we've done in the past. Linebackers on running backs. I don't necessarily say drop them into coverage, but mix it up. Send a linebacker, drop one. He hasn't seen a lot of looks because of the competition he's been playing, and he hasn't played a defense like ours. So we got a lot of different cats that could do a lot of different things. And then I'd say quarters defense. Let's see if he can throw the long ball into 4 DBs back there and be accurate.
Right.
A lot of the touchdowns I've seen, cats have been one or manned up on
Just
these
burnt.
fast Ohio State wide receivers. Let's see if he can read some coverage. You know what I'm saying? And cover everything short, because if he can't go deep, you know what I'm saying? If he can't pass deep, he's gonna be looking to dink and dunk if he's smart. And then that's where our playmakers can also impact the game. But yeah, a combination of both. But that man-to-man, I don't think it will be too successful, just because their offensive line might not be great, but they're good. So you're not going to get too much pressure.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know much about the line. I heard a dude said that they're like a good. I think he said they're a good run blocking. He said they're a good line, but he was like they're a better run blocking than they are pass
That
protect.
could be it. Yeah. I mean,
So,
because they running back, his numbers show that. So
yeah,
that could be it.
yeah. What was I gonna say? Shoot, I just lost my train of thought. I was going somewhere. Oh, yeah. So this what I'm thinking. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Now, I agree with both y'all strategies, especially when you say we got to mix it up on them. But the other side of me says, one, we got this coordinator we got. They said he likes to run NFL schemes, which I like. Hopefully for a young freshman, he can confuse them a couple times, right?
Oh yeah.
And I think that does happen with different looks. But for the most part, I was thinking that we just do what Cat's been doing to the Chiefs all season, for real. They got 2 safeties, and they got them back. You know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't nothing going past us. I only say that because I saw how deflating them 80-yard bombs are. It's like game over. It's
Right.
game over like that, right? So part of me saying, okay, well, even if they do drive and score, it's long drives, and the clock's still ticking. So even if they're scoring on us, if we're matching them, it's like the game is shrinking down and we're staying close, and the game
Controlling the pace.
right?
Kinda.
But when I saw Verse State, bomb, 21-0, it's over. There's 6 minutes left in the first quarter. I'm like, yeah, I'm not down with taking them penitentiary chances right there.
Right.
So I'm thinking, yeah, keep 2 back there. Like B said, hopefully we can get home with 4. We got 2 of the elite rushers. I feel like them inside guys are going to have to hold their own for sure.
Right.
But keep everything in front of you. Again, in the red zone, now we can, in the red zone, you can get a little friskier because they can't run 40 yards, 60 yards past, you got a 13th defender, 12th defender, on the back line with the end zone. So we're going to take our chances, mix it up, do all that. I think we do it when we get closer to the red zone, where they ain't got to worry about getting burnt deep.
Right.
And other than that, man, nobody behind you, period. That's a game enders, bro, quickly. So that's where I'm at with it, man. Hopefully he takes a little bit of all what we said and implements it, but just cause I've seen it so many years in a row, just dudes running free long ways.
That's what we're going off of. That's all we're going off of.
I can't lose that way again. I'd rather you 5-yard me to death. At least now you got to take more handoffs, more passes, more chances for a fumble, more chances for a tip pass, more chances for
turnover, something, anything.
Something could happen. Man. Yep.
Yeah, dog. So
give us a chances.
We want to stay. You want to stay in this game as long as possible. You know what I'm saying? And then just stay close. You ain't even got to have a lead. Ideally, of course, we want the lead, but it's like just be within striking distance where one bad handoff from a quarterback, we know about that, can just turn the game on its head. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
or a Philly special,
a block punt return with 3 seconds.
Go, dog.
Special.
Hey, all that B. We need a strip sack, a punt return, them to drop a punt. I mean, just little.
A kickoff, go out at the 1, and there's a flag on them or something.
Yeah, all type of We gotta win. We gotta win those miscellaneousness plays, them X factor plays. You know, Henning catch a seam and take one back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's the game, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
this is all the marbles, dog.
Make or break.
we see highlights. We're gonna see highlights, the pregame highlights before the game of those in this game who've made those plays. It happens. Somebody got to do it.
Chuck gonna be on there.
Oh, for sure. I don't know if we got a Chuck out there though.
No Chuck. Not by a long
Ain't gonna be another one of them. I don't think. Shit.
Yeah. So, oh man, look, all that being said, we'll probably be down back in 24-0.
We're hoping against hope, dog. I mean, in our reality, you literally have to throw out all the numbers. You have to disregard everything and sit up here and say, "Oh yeah, we're still gonna win." I can't. I'm not that type of fan. Like, I'm hoping all these things happen. I hope we win, but there's just too much to disregard. And I haven't even gotten into Harbaugh's history of making bonehead plays, his record against top 25 teams. You just piling on stuff that we got to overcome. We still gonna win though.
Hey, King, do you remember? I think it was. Shoot, I can't remember exactly what. I can't remember exactly what led to this, but basically it was Harbaugh had made a comment about Ryan Day over the summer. I think it was something about it was some conflict about, I don't know if it was recruiting or something. Harbaugh said in regards to Ryan Day on a conference call.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And you remember what he responded with? What he gonna do to us?
Oh no.
He said they're gonna hang 100 on us.
Ryan Day said that.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, we gonna hang 100 on them boys." So if that don't get Harbaugh's
Bruh.
fired up, come on, man. And somebody spray painted. Did y'all see that?
Jimbo Fisher statue. Yep.
Jimbo Fisher, Bo Schembechler.
I mean, Bo Schembechler. I got
Jimbo
my Caucasians confused.
I was like, what? Florida State?
What that got to do with us?
Jameis
Living in
Winston?
the 92, 90 game.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's been that long.
Bo Schembechler.
It's been that long since greatness. That's why I can't remember shit.
So talk to me about how disrespectful that is. And then one, I mean, for real, what's Harbaugh's like thought process right now? That's why I want to be in his mind, just as it pertains to this game. Nothing else. But I just want to know his strategy going in. Like right now, if I could jump in there, I'm like, that's a terrible idea.
Like, real, I'm not a yes man. Like, I'm gonna give it to you real. Like, I mean,
it's a must win, obviously.
To be honest, bro, I don't even think his quirky ass. I don't even think he's even like thinking about that. To be honest, I mean, most coaches would. Most coaches have an ego and stuff, and he just. I can't get a read on him in like 7 years. I don't even think he's affected by that. Now, me personally, I would be insulted. You know what I'm saying? I would be like offended and appalled, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't even a dude named Paul. You know what I'm saying? But I would be mad as hell. But I don't even think his quirky ass is offended by that shit. To be honest, he's like, got his hands on his hip.
He gotta feel that pressure. Bowie, what's he thinking, man? Is his cheeks clenched tighter than a? I ain't gonna say it.
In terms of getting fired, cheeks better be clenched.
Yeah, I feel like
it's a must win. Nothing else.
You remember back in the day, you picked me up from summer school. I had my jersey and we was over at Everett. And I flung it out the window and said, "We about to trounce y'all. We about to beat your ass." And they coach was pissed. But then right when it come down to it, what you gonna do about it?
Yeah, we whooped their ass. What are you gonna do about it?
3 touchdowns. He's mad, but he hasn't proven to me that he does anything about it. And I'm not even going off of the Ohio State pass. I'm going off of just this win, this loss at Michigan State, dog. Like, you just can't do that, and then expect a leapfrog and me to believe that all of a sudden you got a newfound
Fire
animosity
under
or
your
vigor.
ass.
Yeah, I just don't believe it, because you had a chance to prove it in a lesser but similar situation, and you did the same shit that you always do. Curd up. Like the coach off of The Water Boy, when he just be leaning to the back and disappearing when shit get tight.
Green book.
That's who I think he is.
So I'm only asking these questions. I always have an end point, right? I always got a reason why, reason behind the question behind the question. It's a good book, actually. Go read that. Question behind the question. So
We drop gems too.
But Stroud's a freshman, right? He'll be back next year. They're reloading with other receivers. I heard them saying. If not now, man,
It ain't gonna get better.
see where I'm going with this, bro? Like, their defense is a little bit leaky at times. I understand that offense is high scoring, but it's like you can move the ball up and down the field. You just can't score like touchdowns like that. We got like Bowie said, time of possession. If not now, dog, serious. And I'm not even saying that we should be favored to win or nothing. Like, I'm just saying our
Go
chances
get
are
us
the
one.
best right now.
Go get us one.
Hey, it's a lot to say about, because the question you asked earlier was, what do we need to do in order to win this game? Flat out, I was gonna say, going against everything, we have to want it more.
Yeah.
There's
right.
there's a famous movie about Lil Mickey Ficky from Notre Dame. Rudy. Motherfucker just wanted it. You know what I'm saying?
That back leg twitching. Get me out there.
He just wanted it. And hey man, any given Sunday or any given Saturday in this case, if they want it from how many you can have, 100, I'll say 100 on a college sideline. If all 100 men want it as badly as we want it, we'll come out with a dub.
And somebody give Bo Schembechler the.
Can't teach heart. Can't teach heart.
Somebody get Bo together over there. Hey, I feel you though. You're right though, because you can tell though. You can really tell when you're watching the game which team, even in basketball, plays hard. It's like, yo, they playing harder than us. Like,
right. Everything
just seems like they getting it. You know what I mean? It's like that. Just a quicker step to getting everything done than your team is, and that's just wanting it. That don't even come down to talent.
Yeah, man.
And that's the thing about these games in the past, specifically this Ohio State game. Well, you can see it in the Michigan State game. They weren't as talented or more talented than us. They just wanted it more.
Yep.
The Ohio State games that we've been playing in the past, they've just been more talented than us. You know
And
what I'm
they
saying?
want
They'll spack our ass and we curl up and we're done. It ain't necessarily them wanting it. They just have had the superior talent. I think this game, the talent playing field is more even. And yeah, now you just gotta want it. My perspective. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Because I'm going against the logic and numbers.
That's facts though, bro. I believe in that idea though of you can beat a team with lesser talent if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Or you can beat a team with more talent.
I mean,
if
just
you're
look
playing
at
harder than them.
Just look at Michigan basketball under Beeline, bro. It seemed like we were overachieving with less talent. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to have a system, follow that system, and play hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everybody buying in from
man.
the number one man on down to 100.
Yeah,
sure.
So before we get into score predictions, because I do want to get that. I do want to talk real quick about the Hoop Squad. Man, they
That's pissing me off. These fans are really pissing me off.
Go ahead, B.
Speak on it, bro.
I just don't understand how you come from the Elite Eight as a coach, and then you lose. Okay, and like King said, we were talking in the chat. Okay, I'll give you the Seton Hall, but Seton Hall was still ranked. You know what I'm saying? Like, what were they, 25 or 21? They were still ranked. You know what I'm saying? They are a good team. We were up 11, so we should have won. But then you lose to another ranked team. And now these fans, these Michigan fans talk about, oh, this is a poor coach team and Juwan. I'm like, but then it's the same fans talking about we shouldn't get rid of Harbaugh and he's doing all that he can. I'm like, what is the mindset of this? How is Juwan such a terrible coach and this is a bad coach team? But then we go out and lose to Michigan State, who gets routed by our opponent that we're playing. Like, I don't understand the mindset of these new age fans, bro. It kills me.
Yeah.
Give Juwan his due, man.
Yeah.
It's a young season, and I mean, in his first 2 years, he's done better.
Way more accomplished than Harbaugh to this point. He ain't just beating the teams he's supposed to beat. He done threw in some big key wins since he been there.
And he's done better than Beilein did his first year. It took Beilein a minute to get his system, his players, and all that in. Like, he's winning right now, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you want from a good coach. And I don't feel like it's going to stop or anything. I don't feel like Juwan Howard not winning is going to slow down, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like we're a young team. We haven't been together long, and I just feel like we're going to go through our bumps early. It's better to go through bumps now and be shined and polished later, you know what I'm saying? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And that's how I feel like our football team needs to do today, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't about the past games. It's about Saturday at noon in A2. You know what I'm saying? Ann Arbor. That's what it's about.
Yeah, I think that people with basketball, especially college hoops, is like, if you think about who we lost, like Livers,
Cornerstone,
been around,
guy,
ballers,
been around forever. Even though he wasn't like the most talented, like 5-star, this, that, it was like, yo, he was the leader of the team. He was the glue almost, you know? Yeah. And then we actually lost our point guard, Mike Smith, who was super steady with the rock. You know what I mean? He could hit threes.
And he was a fifth-year senior. He was he was a veteran, you know what I'm saying?
Super reliable. The offense, reliable.
And then until Wagner did that bullshit at the very end of the season. You know, he was defense, definitely had
6'9", everything, wing long.
Yeah. Another scorer who could slash, hit threes. So losing all that, man, and all this new people coming in, it's not about to just happen like that, you know.
It never has. No coach has ever flipped it around like that.
And with Juwan building the kind of program that he is, and Beilein started getting that more towards the end of his career at Michigan, where people would like leave early, you know what I mean, because he started getting better players. But that's going to be our new kind of way of going about things. It's going to be a lot of transition in and out.
Yeah, it's a process. Gotta get used to it.
As opposed to Beilein, who's like, okay, I got 3- and 4-year guys. One guy's leaves. These guys been prepped. It's like, no, we about to get whole new cast in every 2 or 3 years, you know, depending on how long people stay. But at the end of the day, I think the biggest problem, what I noticed was Michigan's always had a pretty good shooting team. Since Beilein always had good shooters, even his big man was shooters. And then even Juwan, we always could spread the floor with shooters.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of great shooters on this team. Like Brooks, I feel like his 3 has improved every year, which he can definitely hit the 3. He gets hot at times, but
he's like a shot maker.
Yeah, he's not known.
He ain't never been no 3-point shooter.
I'm not sure.
He was, 3
guy. You know, I'm just a good player for you who can hit threes. But and then that freshman, that senior grad transfer, he's shaky to me right now. I don't really know.
Yep, he ain't got a big enough sample size to even say what he
looks good sometimes, then he looks super shaky other times. I'm like, who are you? So
he don't got no neck to me. It look weird.
Yeah. Something ain't. And then his handles is like, they kind of look a little shaky, like he can get ripped. I don't like that with a point guard. I like how Mike Smith used to Xavier Simpson. Like, you ain't
Devontae
about to
Jones.
just rip me. I'm coming down the
Devontae
court with
Jones.
ease. What's that?
He was naming the point guard.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, Devontae Jones' his name.
Yeah. Devontae Jones. I'm starting to think that the young kid, man, because he's like,
Kobe.
well, him too, but he ain't really a true point. I feel like he's more of a wing. Collins, man. I want to see more of Collins. I like Buffkin too, though. I think he's gonna be good. But I like Collins because he gets it and he's like pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like he's more electric out there, and he's gonna get some turnovers. He's a freshman, but if that grad transfer is a little shaky as we keep moving along, goodbye.
You out on him?
Yeah,
Don't be
man.
afraid to pull the plug.
I'm moving towards more out on him than in right now, but hopefully he convinced me. So that's what I see with our hoop squad. In the last game versus Arizona, and I'll say this last before we move on. Seton Hall. Now I promise I watch games and I could tell. Okay, Michigan's playing really bad, and this other team's not that good. We're just kind of out here playing like crap. Like I think Seton Hall and Arizona were pretty good teams. Not that we shouldn't have beat them. We were ranked 4. Of course, we should have won. But it's like people would just see them like, how they lose to them? It's like you ain't watched the game. Seton Hall, they hit a lot of tough shots versus Seton Hall. Shot clock running down, 1-on-1, just straight creation off the dribble, step backs, whappers. I'm like, hey, if you got that,
They heated up because in the first half they wasn't hitting it. And in the second half they were.
They got guys that could create their own shots and hit against good defense. It's like if you hit them shots, Arizona too. They had like 3 big men, Duncan. They had shooters. We went to zone. Every time we went to zone, they hit an open 3. Like I'm like,
that goes to your point, Train, about not having shooters. Like they were hitting shot and we couldn't. We were going to Hunter Dickinson. Like it seems like we like reverts the trend of basketball right now because it's shooting it. Everybody's at 3-point line shooting, and we reversed it. We went back inside, but I feel like that will open up the outside. You know what I'm saying for shooters, but
it was. We just couldn't hit the shots. They were doubling them, and he was kicking it out, and then we do one extra pass. It's like brick. It's like good. They don't want him just on the block 1-on-1.
I'm waiting for Caleb Houston to be more consistent. I want Caleb Houston to be more consistent.
I feel like he's supposed to be the dead eye shooter, but they got him kind of creating too much for me, and he's kind of slow with his. I don't know.
I just think he has to grow into his role. You know what I'm saying? Like again, that's bringing young cats in.
I feel like he should be a primary shooter right now, but they got him doing a little more creating than I thought he would be doing so far. But anyways, back to football. Let's get these predictions in. Oh, hold on. Last week it was Bowie, right?
Yeah, look at him with his curl lip.
Dang. With the dub.
What we looking like? We give him that win.
1.
4, 3, 2.
Yeah.
I got 2.
Yeah.
4,
4, 3, 2.
You got 3, right? 4,
I'm the low man. Yeah, we gave him 1.
Oh yeah. Oh sure.
Oh yeah.
I get one. Okay.
Hey, can I get a lifeline?
Let me use.
Oh shit! I'd have lost too. I'd have been the first loser. So I'm glad you got a lifeline.
All right, so let's see. Bowie.
I got 2 score predictions.
Hell no. He got 2 predictions. Bowie, talk to me, man.
Well, you're gonna force me to keep it all the way real, then.
No. The one that's gonna go down on paper. Give us that one.
Okay, yeah,
first.
you're gonna force me to keep it all the way real.
Yep.
I can't even say it though.
Nah.
We all know that we all want to win.
Yeah, okay.
Not gonna take away from your fandom, brother.
24-10. Sucks the suck eyes.
24-10.
And I'm holding that score back. I hope it don't get uglier than that.
King.
I'm gonna say
Prove me wrong,
28.
fellas. Prove me wrong.
28. 35.
All right. That ain't bad. That ain't a bad prediction.
I'm going with Michigan though, man.
Oh, you picking
Yeah,
Michigan.
man. I'm going with my fandom.
Want to, but shit, I gotta keep it on it.
I'm gonna say
This might, hey, hold on real quick. This might cost me the prediction championship, but sometimes
Well,
you gotta
I like
take a
it.
risk. Sometimes you
like
gotta take a
it.
risk, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say we lose 35. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna do the same score King did, but we lose instead of win. 35-28. Them.
You heard it here first. I was the only
Yeah,
one that
man.
rode with us.
Prove me wrong 100% of the time. I hope.
I pray I'm wrong.
I mean, it's too much data. It's too much data to just disregard.
Hey, don't worry about all that.
I feel like with my score
Right.
prediction right there, I feel like we're gonna win now. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta believe, like Jesus.
Believe. Hey, whatever props mean, I give them to you, King, for riding with them. But it's just
I'm gonna cry in the car.
the mountain's high. And then to change the juju, I did not bet on this game. So hopefully
Oh,
that
I ain't betting on it.
hopefully that turns a little juju.
I ain't putting no bread on it. No, that
with
line
my
at
man,
250, I
Elijah.
might. That line at 250 might make me move a little bit, but if it go up more, or if it's not,
Hey, keep waiting, bro. It's gonna keep going up.
I'm gonna wait till after Thanksgiving.
Make a little
wait
$5
Everybody
bet.
off fat.
Yeah. So,
Man.
all right, Bowie on Twitter, what's happening?
Find that bird. I've been posting this week just a whole bunch of suck eye stuff, shaming them. Shame. But follow the Michigan Man Cave podcast on Twitter. We getting the followers up. Hopefully we get the engagement up. We'll talk about stuff that y'all want to talk about. Hopefully maybe in the future get some of y'all on here so y'all can express y'all opinions, because that's what we like to do, man.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter, man.
Yes, sir, King.
On the IG at the Michigan Man Cave podcast. I feel like we need to do something for the followers that's been with us. So this week I'm gonna post like like a shirt or like a poll or who wants to come on, and then we just maybe invite them on in the near future. You know what I'm saying? So just hit us up on Instagram. I'm gonna post that later this week before Thanksgiving, but you know what I'm saying.
All right.
Hit us up at the Michigan Man Cave podcast.
Yes, sir. Well, if ain't nobody got nothing for the greater good, we gonna check back in with you
When we're what?
11-1.
11-1. Killer.
Hopefully.
Drop that.
Go Blue. Happy holidays, everybody.
B, are you gonna be disgusted if the Hellraiser Colasar gets a minute to tick this week?
Very disgusting. Unless we're up.